Okay, in the back. Coach, whenever you're ready. Opening comment?
Yeah, just an awesome day for Texas A&M. I want to congratulate Louisville on a great year. What an awesome team. In my opinion, every team that's made it to this point is an Omaha club. It's just a matter of whether the ball bounces the right way or the other. And just so excited for our players to be where we were, 3 or 4 months ago, to sitting here, getting ready to hop on a plane to go to Omaha. I'm super proud of them. Everything I could have ever thought, dreamed of, when making the move. Love, again, said it's very public how much I love TCU, but this was an awesome life change for me, both personally and professionally, and I can't thank our players enough for making the baseball side of things come true. So we're not finished, and now we got to get some rest and get ready to go play some more baseball.
Jim, every pitching move you made turned out perfect. But I'm particularly interested in your decision to bring in Jacob with a full count. What went into that?
Yeah, so I should have just trusted my instincts and gone on the 2-2 pitch. I thought Brad was it was his second time through the order. They'd had a look at him. He hasn't had a great breaking ball going lately. He throws a lot of strikes, has a good little changeup, but I just felt like who was it there? Messinger? Is that who he pitched to? No. I don't know who it was. The right-handed hitter, I thought that he was just getting really good swings on him. I didn't think we had a pitch to go to, and just felt like we could change the look, and I thought he was in swing mode, and the pitch that Jacob is most comfortable throwing in just about any count is his slider, his breaking ball. And so just wanted to go right to that and change the look and see what happened. It worked out.
Ryan, when you got the home run in the sixth, it was on the very first pitch. What did you see on that, and had you seen that before?
Well, really, to be honest, before that inning, Coach had called all the hitters together, and he just said, just go up there and get your pitch. Don't try and be the hero. Don't try and do too much. Just get your pitch and just trust it. And the whole entire day, I was chasing stuff out of the zone, and just told myself, I know where my zone's at, and I got a pitch to handle, and I just put a good swing on it.
I thought we were pressing the whole game, especially the guys in the middle of the order. I don't know what Dylan Rock was. He drove in 2 runs, so he drove in the go-ahead run. But I thought he and Austin and even Ryan a little bit, I just felt like they were we had the table set for them a lot in the past 2 days, and these kids compete for each other, and I just felt like they were getting outside of themselves a little bit, and it was good to see Ryan. It's always cool when you hold a team meeting, then the guy hits a home run on the first pitch. makes you look like you could coach.
That's right.
Thanks, Target.
I got you.
Coach, this last summer, about this time last year, you said you were impatient and you don't like losing, and here you are about to head to Omaha. Did you expect that you could be this point this quickly with the team you had and with getting adjusted with everything in this program?
This point last year, I was in the Texas A&M Hotel Conference Center, waking up consistently at 3:30 in the morning in a full-body sweat because I had just left a place that was so comfortable and for this, and hadn't hired a staff yet, didn't know the players. I knew we needed a lot of new players. And to be sitting here going to the College World Series, I know this sounds coachy, but every single ounce of credit goes to the players. I knew we had special kids. I knew that for sure by the end of the fall. I knew that guys like this that were returning players that are super talented players. I knew they wanted to win, and I knew they were pretty much willing to give up themselves for the opportunity to win. And I knew that everybody that came from somewhere else, including myself and the coaches that came from somewhere else, we were just so excited to be here. It's such an honor to be at a place like Texas A&M and play in the SEC. And so I think all I asked them to do was, be selfless and work their rear ends off, and then just believe, and of course play good baseball is part of it. But I think once we got that thing going in the LSU series, and we really haven't looked back. Guys have really stuck together. Proud of them.
Jim, you've been to the College World Series 5 times at TCU, but this one, just how quickly the turnaround was, and with all the pieces added as quickly as they were, is this a different feel for you, especially just in your coaching career?
I mean, the first time you go is awful special as a head coach, so I don't want to disrespect any of the teams that I've coached or been a part of, whether it be Tulane or TCU. But this is really neat because of not just our players, but the 12th man, and I know how bad they want champions in every sport. And so, and I know baseball is important here. And so just to, I'd like to be able to promise this every year. Certainly that's the goal. Coach John Robinson, the Hall of Fame football coach, told me one time you need to slow down when I was at UNLV and we had a great season, but I don't want to slow down. I want to win a national title, and sooner rather than later.
Trevor, Ryan, you guys have had a ton of marathon games just throughout the regular season, and then here in the postseason, last weekend, this weekend, some back and forth games. Just what's it like when you're getting into the middle of one of those games and it starts to sink in like this is going to be just an absolute battle to the finish? What's it like competing?
I mean, I think we got used to it a lot throughout the season, which is sometimes isn't a great thing, but I feel like majority of the time we came out on top. So we kind of grew that confidence like in one another, whether it's, JT in the 8-hole hitting a homer yesterday big time, or you got 3, 4, 5, Targash, Boast, and Rock who driving runs constantly. So, just trusting each other from that standpoint and, just having that belief that Coach talked about.
Trevor, Ryan, from the same perspective of Coach, when y'all were sitting here last year and at home and uncertainty, would you all have ever have believed that you could be sitting here and wearing that hat?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually in Northern California playing summer ball last year, so I'd much rather be here, and especially in Omaha. So, coming in, we all knew that the pieces were there. It was just we needed somebody to bring everybody together, and we had the parts, and Coach made a whole. So that's what we're trying to do, and we'll keep doing.
Jim, I know it kind of gets lost in the shuffle with Jacob there at the end, but just how about Brad as a freshman in that situation, pitching the way he did against that lineup?
Yeah, I think that gets lost. I think Will made big pitches. I think Micah Dallas was outstanding today after the first inning. He made one bad pitch and they made him pay for it. But yeah, Brad's been, he was really good for us early. Then he had a little rough spell, and then we just kind of gone back to him because he's such a good strike thrower. He's not afraid to throw off-speed pitches and hitters counts, and he's going to throw strikes because he's going to give you a chance because he throws so many strikes. So we pieced it together. Micah got the outs he needed to get us. Will did the same thing. Obviously Brad, and then what more can you say about Jacob Palish? The guy has saved us the whole season.
Trevor, how optimistic, confident, whatever word you want to use, were you that after getting hit by a pitch that you would be able to get around and get what turned out to be?
Yeah, I mean, with Jack Moss behind me, he seems to be a walking barrel. So, whenever I get on first, and I know he's got the ability to drive the ball either down the line or in the gap. So I always look at early and smile and tell him, like, hey, I'm scoring on a ball in the gap. But, he stroked one in the gap, got first to third, so that was big time there. And Rock eventually drove me in with a sac fly. But it's huge having that confidence with, if I get on base and there's, you got Moss and Rock and Bose and Targash behind me that, for sure somebody will drive me in.
Coach, speaking of kind of unsung heroes, you knew they were going to run a lot, and Troy, I think, was perfect on caught stealings. What was he able to do this week to mitigate that?
Yeah, big, because that's a big part of their game. I think a big part of the game last night was I think they had first and third, nobody out, and the ball in the dirt that he threw the guy out on to get the first out of the inning, and we ended up getting out of that inning either no runs or just one. So, Troy was, he's kind of at the, no disrespect to anybody else, he's kind of at the core of this thing. He kind of calms the storm, both on offense and defense, and he's a super elite player, and so glad he's an Aggie.
Jim, when you look at this past year, it's all been about resiliency for your team, and a guy like Micah has really come on strong in the last 3 series. Just what have you noticed differently about him in the last month, and more specifically, just how has he been able to kind of set the tone for the beginning of games?
I mean, I think he's just he's got his confidence back. He went through a spell there where he's just getting up, beat up pretty good. And he still give up 8 hits in 4 2/3 innings, so his fastball command isn't what it needs to be. But ballpark's a little bigger in Omaha. You know, that'll help him out a little bit. But he landed his breaking ball, made a couple good threw a couple decent changeups. So I just think he's confident, and a confident player is normally a guy that's going to give you a great chance to win.
Tim, when you consider the way y'all have won so many of your games this year, if we were talking like yesterday afternoon before, could you have envisioned not only winning 2 one-run games, but only scoring 9 runs in the 2 games to win?
Yeah, that's what I said on in the interview on TV after. It's I'm glad we won, but I'm really glad to see us win a game that's not 15-7, because those are I've been saying all year long that you're going to run into great pitchers, and Louisville. They did an awesome job. Phillips did a great job, kept them in the ball game. Certainly, we're going to see great pitching in the College World Series, so it's good to see us match that up and play pretty good defense. Turn some double plays. Cole made some really nice plays. Trevor made some really nice plays. So, you want a team to win a championship, you got to be able to win in a variety of ways. So it was good to see us win. The more lower scoring pitching and somewhat defensive game. Without a bunch of homers.
Time for one more.
For both Ryan and Trevor, you guys are still undefeated throughout the entire regional super regionals. How much confidence does that give you guys going into Omaha, knowing that you're the first team to punch your ticket, but also one of the only few teams that has gone through this unscathed?
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives us a great amount of confidence. But the thing we talked about it before the regionals even started. We're going to go on 1-game win streaks. So, as great as this game was, it's over now, and we're just looking for the next one.
Yeah, it's just, it's great and all, and, to have all the confidence to go up there, but it's trusting what we do and not looking too far ahead. We play this game 1 pitch at a time, and that's how we're going to do it in Omaha.
Coach, guys, appreciate it.